Good morning, everyone. I wanted to go live today to talk about something that we touched on yesterday in my group coaching program, Sacred Rising. We talked about the importance of addressing the mother wound, healing the mother wound, as we look at the process of healing and reversing PCOS naturally. And what we talked about first was the framework of reversing PCOS. And the first step in that framework is to open your heart. Open your heart to the possibilities that abound for your health. And I say this because when you're dealing with PCOS, you've tried a lot of things already. You've tried things you've read on social media, medications from your doctor, certain dietary changes that maybe worked temporarily but didn't stick. You've tried a lot of things. And when you don't see those results after putting in so much work and so much effort, it becomes so discouraging. So part of the process is to renew your heart and renew your emotional capacity for change, for allowing yourself to dream a reality where you're no longer dealing with PCOS symptoms, where it looks like being happy and healthy in your body, having regular, painless periods, feeling grounded, having a stable mood, having a symptomless period that it arrives without any pain or notice. That means a reduction in facial hair and body hair that's unwanted. That means no more thinning or balding or male pattern baldness. So it means all those things. It means metabolic healing, no longer feeling afraid of the effects of insulin resistance that for a lot of us also turned into diabetes. That's what PCOS reversal really means. But we have to go back and open our hearts to the possibilities and know that it can be reversed absolutely naturally. That there is a very soulful and sustainable solution to reversing PCOS. So another part of opening your heart is to release self-doubt, to let go of doubting yourself so deeply that you can't be consistent, that you can't keep it going, that maybe this works for other people, but it wouldn't work for you. Or maybe I can reverse this symptom, but maybe you don't believe in another symptom being reversed. And so I want to invite you to clear the self-doubt. Open your heart to the possibilities of what is possible for you. So as we began discussing the need to open our hearts, we looked at some of the things that we've gone through that really affect our ability to open our heart. And one of those is called the mother wound. The mother wound is not looking at something that your biological mother or a maternal caregiver did to you while growing up. That's not what this is. The mother wound is the accumulation of pain and suffering, emotional abuse, trauma, physical abuse that generations before you went through, that they've carried and passed down from person to person. For women of the diaspora, the mother wound is so important to address because we're carrying generational pain. And that generational pain, the emotional trauma of generational pain, clinically has been studied now in research to predispose us to developing PCOS. So this is no longer just a theory that emotional trauma can make you more likely to develop PCOS. It's a reality. It's a known fact now that's being studied, because it's shown up so much that women who've undergone specifically emotional trauma are more likely to develop PCOS. This can be emotional trauma in your childhood, teen years, and adult years. This can be chronic stress as well. And so our mothers, our grandmothers went through chronic stress and emotional traumas of being a Black woman in this world, being a woman of color in this world. And even if we did not go directly through all the things that they went through, we definitely carry the emotional imprint of what they went through. Because as women, we carry all of the eggs that could possibly be turned into children in our ovaries. Absolutely, Kathy. Trauma and PCOS are related. After I get off of this live, I'm going to share with you 4 different articles. 2 of them are actual research studies that show the link between trauma and PCOS. And what I'm trying to point the line to is that it's not just the trauma from our current lives that we need to think about. As women of the diaspora, our mothers, our foremothers have went through so much. And they carried all of their eggs in their ovaries as they were going through these traumas. And just like we can have personality traits that can be passed down through the generations, the emotional imprint of trauma is passed down. So it's so important for us to take the time to heal the mother wound. Again, this is not about something mama did to you when you was little. What we're talking about is the generational patterns of emotional trauma, physical and sexual trauma that has been passed down that we have not taken a look at. So I will share some resources with you after this live is over to help you meditate and reflect and heal the mother wound. But I wanted to make sure and share this important piece of the PCOS reversal puzzle. This is a big reason why you can start eating a new way. You may take an anti-inflammatory diet, which a free meal plan is right there in the comments. You might try going gluten-free, dairy-free. You could try all sorts of things that could help you feel better. And then you're not consistent and you're wondering why. We could try to do all of the healthy habits. But if we're not healing the generational patterns of emotional trauma, we will become dissociated. We will become inconsistent, emotionally compromised, and will stop doing the things that make us thrive. So this is about opening your heart to the possibilities of what's possible for you in naturally reversing PCOS. This is about taking a hard look at what's been passed down to you emotionally through the matrilineal line. What still needs your attention to be addressed? One of the big ones is overfunctioning. Overfunctioning and hyper-independence can often be a symptom of unresolved emotional trauma, where a lot of us have felt like we have to be able to do it all. A lot of our mothers, our grandmothers, felt like they had to be strong. They had to do it all. They were the rock, the anchor of the family. and they would overfunction to the point of dying early, to the point of not only dying a physical death, but we also have to look at the death of a woman's creativity. To die as a woman is not just about the physical passing. But when we become so immersed in taking care of other people that we lose our creativity in life, that we become just the caregiver, just the mother, and we lose touch with the part of us that can create beautiful things, the part of us that can connect to the Creator, the Most High, and bring down amazing, transformative things for others and ourselves. That part of ourselves gets dried up and dies early when we overfunction. And so we need to also address that wound and seek to heal it within ourselves. And as we heal ourselves, we can dedicate this healing to 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. We can adopt a lifestyle where we conserve our energy, where we take time to tune in to our personal needs and our self-care every day, where we put ourselves in the right company, the right community that's dedicated to healing, and surround ourselves with people that are going to honor our boundaries and our need for self-care. This is part of the reason why women with PCOS experience stress differently. Some things that somebody else could go through that wouldn't really stress them out could absolutely stress out a woman with PCOS. We have less resilience and less tolerance for stressors. So you could wonder why something that you go through might take you out and somebody else goes through it and they're just fine. It's because your stress tolerance and your resilience is lower than someone without PCOS. From the womb, many of us have taken on the nervous system patterns of our mothers and our grandmothers that left our systems deficient at being able to handle everyday life without the body going haywire. So it's almost like we've hit the bottleneck. We've hit the turning point generationally where our bodies are refusing to handle the stress and the trauma and the load that we've been carrying as a collective of Black women of the diaspora. It's time to make a decision about your self-care, your healing, your heart, your ability to say no, not right now, or yes, I can do that in as much as I can do it with ease. And acknowledge that you require a level of self-care that you may not have ever given yourself permission to have. That's why I call it radical self-care. You may need more meditation and prayer and quiet and solitude than you've never given yourself. You may need more time to meal prep and make your herbal teas and drink your water, to get out here and walk, to do yoga, to do restorative movement. So how can we bring this down and make it practical this morning? Take some time to just reflect. What are the emotional traumas that have been passed down generationally speaking that it's time to acknowledge and heal? Take out your journal today, write it out, reflect. Number 2, what part of your health have you been neglecting? Is it your nutrition, exercise, hydration, your rest? And I'm not talking about sleep. I'm talking about the activities that bring rest to your soul, to your heart as a woman, that refresh your mind. Is it sleep? Are you not going to sleep on time? Are you not sleeping long enough? Are you on the screen with the phone when you know you need to turn it off? Are you spending enough time connecting to your higher power? That is a type of spiritual hydration that you can't get anywhere else. And no matter how you do it, whether it's through prayer, worship, music, nature, time in quiet, meditation, however you do it, where you connect to your higher power, there's a spiritual hydration that you need. And you can tell when you've been gone too long and you haven't gotten that living water to refresh the spirit. That's just as important as physical water. Are you lacking in time with community and connection to other women? Are you isolated? Coming out of COVID, we're in such a season of isolation for women, and this is so unnatural. We were designed to heal in community to the point where when we come together and we bond and we talk, our bodies release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and it actually relaxes the nervous system and allows us to heal. We heal best in community. Isolation is also a symptom of trauma. And remember, it doesn't always have to be trauma you went through in your life. It could be the trauma that was passed down mother to daughter that we're still having to resolve for our mothers. Are you in enough community with other women? Do you take time to breathe? Every day, do you take time to just slow down and breathe? There's power in your breath. When you breathe deeply, you relax the nervous system enough to feel safe. Do you have enough time in sunshine and nature? A lot of us work from home, and we literally are deficient in outside time. And our bodies, our circadian rhythm that keeps us in tune with the natural rhythms that we're supposed to live in alignment with. We're meant to be in alignment with the rhythm of the moon and the rhythm of the sun. If we don't get enough time outside, it will throw out our circadian rhythm, which will knock off our cycles, which will knock off our sleep and our hormones. So use this as a checklist today to see if you're nurturing yourself. Self-nurturing is one of the primary ways to heal the mother wound. The degree to which you take care of yourself is honestly the results you'll see with your PCOS symptoms. You can have all of the right information, and there's so much information on my personal page inside of Black Women Reversing PCOS. Once you come coach with me inside of Sacred Rising, so much information. But without this framework within your life of self-care, you're not going to be able to implement it. You can have all this information and never make any change personally. So this has resonated with you, and you know that you need to spend time healing the mother wound. You know that you need support and community with other women that are focused on healing PCOS too. I have a program. It's called Sacred Rising, and it's specifically designed to help you take ancient wisdom and science, evidence-based solutions to naturally reverse PCOS within the community and the sanctuary of sisterhood, and with the support of me, your coach. If you need that support, drop a hashtag support or DM me and let's talk about it. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And if this has resonated with you, please leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll make sure to respond. I'll see y'all later.